of the Name the Mascot contest, PC Alvarez, and as we quickly learned, the fastest fish on 2 feet, Jacques.
Jacques, I like it.
PC Alvarez brings the heat on the ceremonial first pitch. Thank you to PC, thank you to Jacques, of course your Jackfish mascot. Fans, today's umpires, as assigned by the Intercounty Baseball League, are presented by Vision Eye Care. At first base, Dale LeGros. At third base, Mike Kinnair. And at home plate, Ben Mercier.
Where are we going?
Good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome inside Welland Stadium for a beautiful Sunday afternoon edition of Jackfish Baseball. Big game for both these ball clubs as the Guelph Royals come in, sitting with a record of 12-11, going up against the hometown Welland Jackfish, who are only a game ahead of them in the standings with a record of 12-9. Jackfish got a break yesterday as rain here in the Rose City washed out their ball game. Kind of gave the pitching staff a little bit of an opportunity to rest the arms, which allows Christian Young, who was scheduled to start yesterday afternoon, to throw in today's ball game.
That is the first inning of Welland Jackfish baseball. It's proudly presented by MT Bellies. Visit the postgame as the official postgame destination of the Welland Jackfish, MT Bellies.
Here is today's pitching matchup. Pitching for the Guelph Royals, it is number 9, Edwin Yavia. And for the Welland Jackfish, of course, Christian Young, number 20, makes a start here at Welland Stadium. Mascot Day, down at the park here in the Rose City. Also, Float Fest going on. I've never heard of Float Fest. One of the most relaxing and easiest events you can take part in. It sounds exactly like it is. It's over the Welland Canal with a inflatable tube or a kind of a skiing, I believe you can do, water skiing, and you just sit there, relax, enjoy the weather. You come together as a community and just float and enjoy a beautiful afternoon.
Visiting Guelph Royals, shortstop number 2, Kyle Cush.
And we are underway here in Welland. Kyle Cush starts things off for the Guelph Royals. 108, the opening pitch has been thrown here in the vibrant Rose City. Beautiful afternoon for a ballpark. For a ball game, rather. In a beautiful ballpark. Swings with the second pitch. Right for second baseman, though. And Cush is retired. 1 away for the Jackfish.
Second baseman, number 15, Josh Garden.
So now the second baseman, Josh Garden, will bat. As the Guelph Royals talked about, right behind the Welland Jackfish in the stand. Big game for both these ball clubs. And this is a huge critical point for the Welland Jackfish to see how they're able to handle the pressure and be able to come out night in and night out. And be able to show this league that it's not just a little fluke right now. The Jackfish have been able to beat a couple of big-name teams. Want to make a presence known. Throw a fastball down the middle inside the plate for a strike one. 4 other teams in action today. It's a busy day for baseball in the IDL. Maple Leafs are hosting Brantford, I believe. That's a 2 o'clock start at Christie Pitts. And a late game tonight, 6:05. Happening in London. 0-2 count, one away. Off the end of the bat, pushed foul. And that'll fly a mile. A lot of distance on that one, but it goes foul. Last time the Royals were here, the Welland Jackfish got better of them. Fourth meeting between these two ball clubs. Greg Marco, today's catcher for the Jackfish, that one thought he had a strike. Outside, ball 1. 1-2 count, one away. Kyle Cush was retired on a line drive, second baseman. Now the count's 2-2. Weather today, 26 degrees here in Welland. A beautiful slight breeze. A chopper that'll get in the gap. But fear is stocky. And it's a single for Josh Garden.
Designated hitter number 33, Sean Riley.
The DH spot now, Sean Riley. Riley, one of the bigger players on this Royal roster, 6'3", 225 pounds. Has such a natural swing that can easily hit the ball at his park. Riley and Villalona, the big hitters on this ball club, batting in the 3-4 spots today. Villalona batting cleanup. He's on deck. Garden on first base, one out. Here in the top half of the first. Strike one.
Is that like the stage was supposed to be that truck center field, left field? Like, look at the big opening. That's where the stage was. That's where the stage was supposed to be.
Fastball. Let's it go by him. Strike two. 0-2 count, one away. Riley working against Christian Young. Garton's on first base. And Villalona, the big hitter for the Royals. He's on deck. Fastball swing, gets a piece of it. And the at-bat continues. O2 count, one away. Riley this season batting .457. Gotta love those numbers for the Guelph Royals. Of course, big story for Matt Schmidt as he makes his return to Welland Stadium. He'll bat sixth for the Royals this afternoon. Pitch upstairs got away from Christian Young. Tried to go with the fastball, but slipped and ended up high. 1-2, 1 out. Taking his time. Young really trying to settle in here on the mound, working with Greg Marco. As catcher Carousel continues to spin for the Welland Jackfish. Marco, Mannon, Mercier, all three have played catcher so far. As Marco makes his first start at home in a little bit. Now the pitch. Off-speed pitch. Well off the mark upstairs, 2-2. Riley knows how to wait for his pitch, and he's swung at two fastballs so far. Got a long reach, 6'3". Really covers a lot of the plate. The 2-2. Swings at the fastball. Popped up, high fly ball. Danson makes the catch for the second out of the first half inning.
Third baseman, number 44, Angel Villanova.
Now it's Angel Villalona. The big man for the Guelph Royals, Big Brady. That can really put a bat on a ball. Riley and Villalona, the two best hitters in this IBL. Riley, by the way, 32 for 70 on the season. Now 0 for 1 in the afternoon. Two-out situation here for the Jackfish. Runner out of first is Josh Garden, the second baseman for the Royals. Fastball. Catches the top right corner of the plate. Strike one. Villalona trying to get comfortable here. Keeps this half inning alive. Goes back at first, in time. 0-1, 2 outs. On a beautiful afternoon after a washed out Saturday ball game. Takes his time now. Delivery from Young. Swings, got everything behind that one. Fouls it away. 0-2. Two outs. A strike away from ending the top half of the first. Villalona trying to work against Christian Young. Garton on the bases. A chance to lead the base runner stranded. Garton has the only hit so far. Now Young works against Villalona here on the 0-2. Fastball misses upstairs. Young, who actually lives in the United States, born in Oakville, though. Brought in, of course, not counting as an import for this team. Spent some time against the Guelph Royals and with some of them playing collegiate ball. Off-speed pitch, Villalona takes a swing. Chop, high fly ball. And it'll go out and play at the berm. Villalona this season, 33 for 86, has 4 home runs, batting average of 383. 17 RBIs though on the season. Riley, their team leader, fly out at his first time at bat, has 9 home runs, one of the league leaders. Very offensive Guelph Royal team. A lot of the top hitters statistically in the league, and now Villalona calls time. Now the 1-2 with 2 away. Villalona steps back in the batter's box. And it's set as Young grabs his side. 1-2. Off-speed pitch, strikes him out for the first strike of the ball game. Jackfish. Get the Royals to strand one. We'll go to the bottom half of the first. Jackfish and Royals scoreless after one half inning.
As we're pleased to announce the Welland Jackfish at the Pond is a licensed entertainment venue.
I do, but I brought
Visit the bait shop concession stand and enjoy an ice cold tall boy for only $6. Please respect the rules and always maintain a positive atmosphere for each and every one of our Welland Jackfish fans. Welland Jackfish will remind you as well, 50/50 tickets are on sale now. Visit the Lions Club table on the concourse for your chance to win today's cash prize. Draw will take place at the end of the 7th inning. 50/50 tickets on sale right now.
What are you doing?
Leading off the first inning for your Welland Jackfish, second baseman number 13, Brandon Nicholson.
Set to go in the bottom of the first inning. Rare special occasion here in the broadcast booth is the man we were talking about on Thursday night who was up at 2 in the morning watching baseball. Thought it was 3 though. Brent Cologne back here in the vibrant Rose City. Landed yesterday and now he back for Jackfish baseball. As the Royals pitching outside, count 2-1 here. Brent, nice to have you, and finally has someone up here with me.
Thanks, Ben. Thanks for having me.
Sure. As it's a 2-1 count. Swinging strike though by Nicholson, and now it's 2-2. So I must ask, when you were in Czech Republic, was it different watching at 2 in the morning a Jackfish baseball game?
It was. It was
Able to stay up?
very different. Got home a late dinner and being in the city, got back to the hotel room and was able to turn the Jackfish game on. It was great. Nice listening to them for once.
Always like the compliments, of course. If you be sure to comment where you're watching from this afternoon. It's the Jackfish hosting the Guelph Royals on a beautiful afternoon for a ball game. 3-2. Maybe you're watching on your back deck or porch.
Well, we know 308's watching.
Yes, section 308. Good crowd on section 308 on their back deck. We'll have to actually go behind the scales with you on 308. Give you an actual inside look at what we're talking about. But if you can picture a house that backs right onto the field, they got the barbecue cooking, lounging in their lounge chairs, beautiful view of the ballpark.
Nicholson's battling hard here.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He's been steady since coming to the Jackfish.
Ever since they moved the order around, these guys have been batting a lot better. Swings at the pitch, off the end of the bat. Villalona, though, what a barehanded catch, but he throws it away. They're around 1 and go to 2. Easily will get to second base on an error from Villalona, throwing it a mile away from the bag.
He had lots of time on that play. Why he decided to barehand it and not plant his feet is a little beyond me, but Nicholson moves up to second. Great base running by him, though, just realizing the ball was going off the fence.
Nicholson this season is 11 for 38, batting .289. You called it good base running and a good acknowledgement for able to notice that. But Villalona, last time he was here, put on a clinic at third base throughout the Jackfish about 9 straight times in the 3 innings. All 3 outs every inning went to him. And they get him to crack here in the bottom half of the first.
Dadson a bat, who's been our best hitter lately. He's now leading the team in average.
And like I said, it's just when field manager Brian Ezery and Jason McKay came together and decided to move the order around. Because DeAndre Asbury Heath and Wilson Soriano were their go-to guys at 1-2 for the longest time. Now they're 6-7. Everything has changed. Now the team is coming together. Last 10 games, 7-3 record. Heat coming from Yavier.
Lots of bounce in the lineup now too, with speed at the bottom, but also you got some righty-lefty matches up. And you got a switch hitter in the lineup as well.
And one of addition, Von Bryan, of course, is, and still trying to work out some kinks. He admits a little bit of rust still. That pitch inside, 2-2 count.
Called strike. That was a generous strike zone inside.
Well, you want to talk about strikes? The game you watched and went to bed at the 4th inning. As PA announcer beside me, Rod Mahood, says, all the fireworks. And that was Thursday night, of course. We had a lot of viewers tuning in as word spread around. It was mayhem in Welland. Off the end of the bat, foul into the berm.
Skippy just a little behind now.
Skippy.
Love that nickname.
There's some. It's up in the air on if he actually is taking ownership of that nickname, I guess we'll say.
Oh, he's fully accepted it.
Perfect.
The viewers at home know the reason behind the nickname?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
So if you check out Behind the Scales, I believe episode 3, a resident of Bowmanville. But when he spends his time here, skip the ditch driver, so you never know, he should show up at your doorstep.
Get an autograph of your receipt.
Harvey's Burger. But you can also have a nice interaction with you at your doorstep. Battling hard here, 2-2 count. Nobody out. And Nicholson's on second base. Jackfish trying to cash in. And when they do score first, they're very successful. 10 of their wins coming when they score first. Gets them to swing, and that'll be the first strikeout for Edwin Yavier.
Yeah, Dad fooled a little bit on that one. He was between swings. He wasn't sure if he was getting a fastball or a changeup. Blew it right by him.
So now the third man in the batting order today is Caleb Furastaki, batting in right field. Playing in right field rather on defense.
Who's arguably the fastest Jackfish.
Well, I'd like to see him raise Von Bryan. As he shows bunt right away. Bunt up the first base line. That'll move the runner to third. Gets him in time, but now the base runner is on third base, and Brendan Nicholson in a much pleasable scoring position with 2 outs. And that'll bring up
Designated hitter,
Andrew
number
Mercier.
26, Andrew Mercier.
The oldest player in the Jackfish lineup, but one of the most skilled inside the batter's box. Knows how to control his patience, keep his swing exactly how he wants it. Doesn't change his swing. Just waits for exactly the pitch he wants.
So he throws a fastball here. Oh,
Check will swing, but that will score a run. As if he can get there in time, no, he can't. So the Royals are able to beat out the base runner, the batter Andrew Mercier, and the Jackfish leave
Want to
one
run the same bases as your hometown Welland Jackfish? Welland Jackfish app behind section 102 following the 4th inning for your chance to run the bases. Want to be the fan of the game? Presented by Blue Star.
Top of the second inning, we're scoreless through 1 complete inning, and now this is Justin Intersetto, the lefty for the Guelph Royals. The Royals left 1 on base, went around 0-2. 1 on base in that top of the first inning. The Jackfish left 1 on base as well on third. 0-2 count. Christian Young, the starting pitcher this afternoon, battling against Intersetto.
Chevrolet Uplander, BKWK.
Right back to Young on one hopper. He'll slowly make his way to first, an underhand toss, and Intersetto is retired.
Right fielder number 6, Matt Schmidt.
Guelph Royals, by the way, made a lot of splash and a lot of commotion. Good commotion for them, though. A couple of weeks ago, and they were able to beat the Barrie Baycats back-to-back games. I believe it was Tuesday and then Thursday. 2 times in 1 week. They were able to get by the Baycats quite easily, actually, score-wise. And had an excellent week, and that's how they were able to climb all the way back up in the standings. And right in the heels of the Welland Jackfish, so very important game. As Young pitches around the strike zone now. 2-0 count with 1 away. Now the 2-0. A hard swing right over the head of Wilson Soriano. And Matt Schmidt, welcome back to the Welland Stadium. A beautiful hit.
Catcher
He'll
number
have
23, Brendan
a
Keys.
chat with Brendan Datsun on first base. Schmidt, a just all-around great guy, had him on behind the scales, and obviously was upset to leave Welland, but he was okay to go back to Guelph, where he lives. And he stays in touch with a lot of the ball players and a lot of the management and staff here in Welland. Nothing but respect for Matt Schmidt. And he had him on behind the scales, and he talked about how he just loves to play baseball. Wilson Soriano, same mindset of all these ball players, but comes to the ballpark each day and puts his best foot forward, and that's why Matt Schmidt is well respected here in the IBL. So Matt Schmidt on first base, 1 for 1 this afternoon, which brings up Keys for the Guelph Royals. Keys off the end of the bat. That'll move the base runners. Schmidt, he's going to round second, as that went right under the glove of Von Bryant. And now the Jackfish making error after error. A throw to Greg Marco, who blocks it right at the left of the mound. And outfielding errors from DeAndre Asbury Heath and Von Bryant. And now the base runners are on second and third.
Center fielder number 3, Ethan Hammond.
So the Jackfish commit an error. And now with 1 out, they have runners on second and third. We'll wait for Curtis Person, official scorekeeper and board operator. See what he does with the scorebook. How sharp his pencil is this afternoon.
Well, it's got to be a hit, and errors to advance the runners to third and second.
Swings the first pitch off the end of the bat. Runners on second and third now for the Guelph Royals in a scoreless game. A double play, though, would end this half inning. 0-1 count.
The infield's playing bad. Concedes the run on contact.
Sacrifice fly to DeAndre Asbury Heath. The throw into the plate. It'll be picked off. And no contest at the plate. So the Guelph Royals cash in first and take a 1-0 lead.
Left fielder number 48,
Unearned
Ethan
run.
Rowan.
So 1-0 ball game. Only runner on base is on second. And a 2-out situation. Ethan Hammond with the sacrifice fly for the Guelph Royals brings in the run. Which brings us to the bottom of the batting order. First pitch to Moen, misses low. Moen this season, the righty, batting 18 for 80, 225 batting average. 2 home runs, 9 RBIs in the season. A mediocre year at best for him. As now goes up against Christian Young in a 2-out situation. Young really taking his time this afternoon at every pitch. Fastball down the middle, gets him to swing, strike 1. One on 1 count, 2 away. Little wind, very, very slight breeze. Has not really any effect on the play at all. It's just cooling down the fans this afternoon.
Beautiful day here. Vibrant Rose City.
Vibrant Rose City, as we call it here, as the
upper deck 308 jam to jam.
as I take a look, could have a pretty exciting on-field promotion happening. A bathtub, a bear, and a fish. Maybe you can do the math.
Mascot day.
Mascot day, foul tip, Now 2-2. I'm just trying to do the math though. I mean, what could they be doing on the field with all three mascots? A bathtub bear and a fish. That would be exciting.
It'd be a race and a half.
Buffalo Bisons, watch out. Strike away from the second strikeout of the ball game with the I in the word wings. 5 free chicken wings for everyone in attendance with 5 free strikeouts. Gets him to swing. And now, second strikeout for Christian Young. We played an inning and a half. It's 1-0 ball game.
Maybe we'll put the fish in the bear, in the back.
To add the I there to wings. That's the second strikeout this afternoon.
See who can get washed.
It's time for Catch the Fish. A lot of
Catch the Fish coming up here.
activity, mascots, everyone on the
It's
field
a
today.
1-0 ball
Today's
game.
Catch the Fish is brought to you by the Niagara Peninsula Conservation Authority. The lucky winner will receive 2 Discovery Day passes to visit one of the NPCA's 4 flagship properties: Chippewa, Long Beach, Balls Falls, or for Nolan Pettipiece.
Bottom of the second we go. The Jackfish trail the Guelph Royals 1-0. As Edwin Yavier continues the work for the Guelph Royals here in the bottom of the second. They were able to strand one base runner their first time in the field, and now this is Nolan Pettipiece working in the batter's box on a 1-1 count.
This is Pettipiece's 7th season in the IBL. He played in the IBL one summer when he was in the University of Waterloo, and then has played with Burlington, with Kitchener, and then with the Burlington franchise for the past 5 years.
And of course, in case you don't know, Burlington is the team that moved to Welland. Same owner, Ryan Harrison, brought on a couple more owners and a few more staff, and are having an excellent season here in the Welland Stadium as that ball goes foul. Nothing but great success so far from everyone involved, from management to the fans to a lot of community partners teaming up with this team. And night in and night out, fans have been coming to the ballpark, and the average attendance right now, believe it or not, over 600.
Best bat boys in the league, too.
Yes, best bat boys. Jacques, the best mascots in the league. Swinging strikeout, and now Edwin Yavier's got a second strikeout of the afternoon. And the first batter, Nolan Pettipies, is retired for out number 1.
I've been down for too long, gotta run it up.
Let's see if Vaughn can make up
The
the
left
error
fielder,
that he
number
made
9,
earlier.
Vaughn Bryant.
Von Bryant coming back as part of the Burlington Herd in 2018 IBL All-Star. Swings the first pitch. Ball is going on the outside of the plate. Gets him to swing, strike 1. Bryant this season only has 2 hits though in 7 games. 2 for 10. Has 4 RBIs though. He's an impact player for sure, and he's definitely respected in the IBL as one of the top players. Behind the count 0-2 with 1 out. Fastball again, swings the pitch and sends it into the parking lot. Edwin Yavier really owning the mound and trying to control the pace of his game. Jackfish trying to find a way to crack this. Off-speed pitch, inside high, backs up Von Bryant. One and 2 count, 1 away. Over the halfway point of the season. And now this is where every game so much. Von Bryant once again pitched inside. Not letting him try to get a good swing, trying to keep all the pitches inside and not allow him to have a great swing at any contact.
Like you said, Vaughn off to a slow start batting 200, but that'll change in time. He was drafted by the Cardinals in the 35th round.
A couple of Cardinals on this team. Actually, quite a few players drafted. I know Wilson Soriano was part of the White Sox organization. DeAndre Asbury Heath drafted.
Yeah, DeAndre was drafted by the Cardinals, yes. And that's how Vaughn and him became close friends. Romanin was drafted by the Toronto Blue Jays.
3-2. Off the end of the bat. Good contact, but it's foul. And that'll keep the at-bat alive. The IBL, a stepping stone league for a lot of these players. A lot of players coming back after injury or being a part of big league teams. So much history in this IBL, and if you read one of the anniversary yearbooks they released in this 100th anniversary year, so much information on so many big players, including the top 100 that played in the IBL. And a fastball down low in the strike zone.
Called the
Brian
strike.
thought it was low. Definitely looked low from up here.
Mayor Banks thought it was low as well.
Regardless, second strikeout
Shortstop
of the inning.
number 1, Wilson Soriano.
So now, Wilson Soriano, drafted by the Chicago White Sox. Played a couple years in a row in their AA system. Fastball misses inside. Soriano, a excellent shortstop for this ball club, has played shortstop every single game this season. Swings as hard as he can at that pitch. Just can't make contact. 1-1 count, 2 away.
Lots of speed at the bottom of the lineup, they can't get on base.
Heavy, throwing a lot of heat. 70% of his pitches today are fastballs.
He's predominantly fastball pitcher. Lots of movement on that fastball.
And he gets batters behind again, and now it's the 3rd time the Jackfish are behind in the count, 1-2. 2 outs. Fastball again off the end of the bat, a chopper to the second baseman. It'll be a race. Soriano with speed, but not in time. And the defense for the Royals is able to hold the Jackfish off the scoreboard. We've played 2 complete, 1-0 Royals. We'll go to the top of the 3rd.
All right, Giants, it's time to head to the field with Ryan once again for an always fun game of target toss. We'll let the diamond crew get set up. Ryan, who is 50-50 tickets on sale now. Leading off the third inning for Guelph. Shortstop number 2, Kyle Cush.
Hey.
Good up there?
Yeah, we're good.
Top of the third, Cush, the top of the order. Led things off, swings for the first pitch, and he's retired on the throw to first base.
Second baseman number 15, Josh Garden.
What does it say on Facebook? It's all up. You really want to
Cush now 0 for 2 in the ball game. And Kyle Cush has had great success in both of his visits here to the ballpark. Cush was batting .600, 3 for 5 the first time they were here back in May. And then was one of their top hitters when they dropped the 6-3 decision about 3 weeks ago. Pitch outside.
tell me you heard it? Or how do you just read it?
Christian Young, today's starting pitcher, has thrown 36 pitches, 25 of them in the strike zone. Now the 1-0, Carton, who singled his first time at bat. Takes a swing, strike 1.
He's got good stuff out here today. He's just a little more consistent at times. You blew pits, that air didn't help.
Yeah, he should, yeah.
Pitch inside, 2-1.
Okay.
Young, an ERA this season of 3.26, and he's pitched in 19 1/3 innings. This is his third start at home. He's pitched twice on the road.
Excellent. It's just on the outside of our plate.
Okay.
2-2. 1-out situation. This is Josh Gardner. He was able to single his first time at bat. Swings at that one. Will send it to Von Bryan. High fly ball, moving well left field. Bryan there makes the catch.
Designated hitter Sean Riley.
So now this is 33, Sean Riley, who is deadly. One of the best batting averages in the IBL. And one of the big hitters. Of course, this is the 3-4 slot again for the Guelph Royals. Villalona on deck. Riley comes into the ballgame with 9 home runs and 12 RBIs. Steps out of the batter's box, takes his time.
I was also drafted by the Swiss in 29 rounds. 1995.
He is one of the older players on this ball club. As I believe he just turned 40, if I'm mistaken, not that long ago. 0-1 count. Missed outside. Sorry, 23 RBIs in the season. That makes a lot more sense than 12. 23 RBIs with 9 home runs. 9, one of the most consistent home run hitters in this league. Off the end of the bat. A blooper though to the third baseman, Pettipies across to Dadson. Good reach. Able to make the grab, but he was beaten by the runner, Sean Riley.
Great play by Pettipies. That was bang at first base.
Third baseman Angel Villalona.
Barehand, he had no choice. Great throw. Just beat up by Riley.
Well, the first base umpire today, Dale LeGros, thought he might have been a little closer than I expected. But now Riley's aboard. 2-out situation. Runner on first is Sean Riley. And now Angel Villalona. That'll be the 33rd hit of the season for Sean Riley.
Where's the OV? Where's the OV?
Off the end of the bat for Villalona, and it'll go foul, and they'll get behind the count 0-1. 0-1, 2 away. Top of the third inning. Beautiful day for baseball. Brent Colomb able to join me in the broadcast booth. Of course, we'll have to hear stories, of course, from Czech Republic as we'll learn why he was in Czech Republic and how he became a part of this ball club. Off the end of the bat, Villalona. A slicer to center field, and it's caught by DeAndre Asbury Heat. They'll leave a base runner aboard, and the Jackfish are able to move them off the board at the top of the third. We'll go to the bottom
As the
half.
third inning of Welland Jackfish baseball is proudly presented by Jack Sports Supplies, the official betting provider of the Welland Jackfish. Visit the location at 20. Leading off the third inning for your Jackfish, center fielder number 2, DeAndre Asbury Heath.
Bottom of the third we go with DeAndre Asbury Heath. We'll start things off with Welland Jackfish. And this is a time where DeAndre Asbury Heath can really turn his season around. He started off so well. Him and Mercier were the top batters statistically for the Jackfish, and he's kind of fallen off in the batter's box.
Yeah.
Still doesn't make very few mistakes in center field.
DeAndre also hit the first ever Jackfish home run at the park, and the only one so far.
The only one so far. We've been talking about that. Who is finally going to break it? This is one of the toughest ballparks to hit home runs in. Very breezy, and it's one of the bigger parks.
Especially with the flags blowing in or not blowing at all like today. It's been difficult to get one out of the park.
I don't think anyone will have the distance to push to center field. Center field 400, at the corners 335. Only bigger park in the league is London's Labatt Park, 404 to center field. That pitch, fastball inside. Take your base as DeAndre Asbury Heath gets aboard on the line.
He has one of the best eyes though in the league, although he's not hitting much right now.
DeAndre, for such a young guy,
The catcher, number 7, Greg
success on
Marco.
teams. Came to us from Columbia, South Carolina. He mentioned drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals. And he's drafted more for his defensive play. He's like a Kevin Pillar at center field. So now Greg Marco. Marco checks back in to play catcher this afternoon.
Marco showed bunt there. See if the Jackfish can play small ball, move him over.
Well, Marco, who's only batting 4 for 35 in the season, has 3 RBIs though, and a couple of them coming off bunts. I believe it was Guelph actually when we bunted around the bases. 3 straight bunts, and then a wild pitch brought in the leading run. There's a bunt that goes foul. And they'll fall behind in the count 0-2.
Now Now the question is, does third base coach Ricky Pilipari keep the bunt on with 2 strikes?
No one out, though.
No out.
And we go back to the top of the order after Greg Marco. I can't see him changing his game plan just yet. DeAndre Asbury Heath showing no sign of stealing second base. It's just an average leadoff. Doesn't go back to a bunt. Holds and now takes the ball inside.
Asbury didn't get a very far lead off. No, not much movement. He's looking towards it. He's going second here.
And Mark with the bat, he knows he's just trying to look to be able to contribute to this team, hitting the ball up the middle maybe. Not a guy that's going to get you a home run. But if he can contribute just a single up the middle to move these runners. And he's got speed to be able to bunt.
The outfielder playing really shallow on Marco as well.
Swing. Hits it. It keeps the at-bat alive with the end of the bat. Foul tip. Marco, his last time he played catcher at home a few weeks ago, was able to get a leadoff double. His only extra base hit of the season. Only has 4 hits this season, 4 for 35, batting 114. Now the 1-2. Off-speed pitch gets him looking for the first out of the bottom third inning.
So 2 unsuccessful bunt attempts led to a strikeout there, not able to move over DeAndre.
Now back to the top of the order for Brendan Nicholson, followed by Brendan Dadson. Swings the first pitch, high fly ball. First baseman calling for the ball, makes the catch. Looks like he caught that on the furthermost part of the leather of the glove, and it just able to be squeezed for the out. And now that brings up Dadson with 2 outs.
First baseman number 5, Brendan Dadson.
Jackfish trying to play small ball, but can't move the runner over. That's been their bread and butter all year. Just playing small ball and able to get the guys over and cash them in. Not much of a power hitting team, more of a speed team.
Well, that's what Ryan Esbury was talking about when we asked earlier in the year why this team was going to be successful and it was going to be the balance of the order. DeAndre Asbury Heath going. The throw looks high, and it is not in time. So DeAndre Asbury Heath moves from first to second on the stolen base.
And again, DeAndre's hat or helmet come off, which we see a lot of here.
Yes.
He seems to always lose his hat when he's running for a fly ball or running to base.
Tongue's always out. A fan favorite. Now he's got quite a big lead off at second. 2 out situation though. Never want to end an inning on a stolen base, but DeAndre Asbury Heath.
DeAndre in scoring position here. You can't see them sending him again. But third base coach, very, very aggressive. Jackfish.
And he always has been. Ricky Pilipari shows no sign of letting up. Jackfish have been caught stealing quite a few times this season, but have also been able to steal home plate. 1-2 count with 2 away. Dadson takes a strike. Stocky's on deck, and that'll be Andrew Mercier.
Hurrah. Hurrah.
Edwin Yavia looking for his 3rd strikeout. That is pushed foul. 3rd or 4th strikeout, as I know he got 2. I'll have to check with Curtis Person, the scorekeeper. He got 2 in his last half inning in the second, maybe 1 in the first. And I'm being told he already has 4 strikeouts, looking for 5. A lot of that coming to the respect of his fastball that a lot of hitters in this league can't catch up to. Now the 1-2. Missed upstairs. 2-2. 2 outs. John Raspberry, number 2, is on second base. Looks on, and now he's got his pitch. Fastball down the middle. 5th strikeout of the afternoon. Let it go right by him was Datsun. We'll go to the top of the 4th.
All right, fans, it's time for our diamond crew to do our thing and do their thing. Direct your attention to the dugouts. Take it away, ladies.
Top of the 4th inning. Royals have the only run of the ball game, and it came in the top of the 2nd. This is Justin Intersano. Swings the first pitch and sends it foul. As we try to adjust the camera, that is team owner, producer Brent, and now cameraman Brent. Got to give him full credit here, where credit is due. Very honest broadcast here. Intersano swings at the second pitch, also pulls it foul. So the elephant in the room, of course, is Brent Colombe returning from Czech Republic. Was on a 10-day hiatus from the ball club, but he's one of those guys that's very busy in the sports industry. And we'll talk about his trip in Prague, Czech Republic. Obviously, he went for a different sport than baseball, which a lot of viewers may not know.
Yeah, I was there for the lacrosse trip. I'm a supervisor with the World Lacrosse, rebranded World Lacrosse now, which is what used to be the Federation of International Lacrosse. They're supervising at the Europeans Championship, U20 champion, first ever European U20 championships. And basically, as supervisors, we're referee coaches, basically, what it comes down to being.
I was going to say supervising officials.
Yes.
Not just watching the ball game, because that'd be a glorified fan.
Yeah, no. I was there working, but lots of downtime, so I was able to enjoy some sights and sounds of the city, and love that city. It was my seventh time to that city, and there's always something to see and always something to do, and that's in Prague, Czech Republic.
Well, beautiful weather there.
Yeah, it was first couple of days. It was very, very hot and humid, as that one drops in, but then it cooled down to normal temperatures for this time of year, which is about the same temperatures we're having here right now, in the low 20s.
Intersano with the hit to right field. That's his 19th of the season, and now he's on first base with a leadoff single. Intersano on first base. The Royals, once again, able to hit off Christian Young. That's their 5th hit of the ball game. One shown, pulled back. Ball misses downstairs, though. Ball 1. Well, we know you tuned into the ball game, and of course, we were talking to you on Thursday, 2 in the morning, in Czech Republic. But what a long ball game that was here on Thursday. Nearly a 4-hour ball game.
Yeah, I missed most of the excitement. I fell asleep when it was 5-0 for the Jackfish.
You definitely missed the excitement. Now a shot up the middle. Wilson Soriano unable to make the catch. That could have easily been a double play ball, but it took a weird hop off the infield, right off his glove, and he was unable to squeeze, and now that'll move the runners to first and second.
A couple of key defensive mistakes out of the Jackfish today we haven't seen much of this season. Wilson normally short-handed. That was an easy step on the base double play.
Well, luckily the pitching staff has been good so far. The starter pitchers for the Welland Jackfish, all three of them, Christian Young, Matt Klingersmith, and Euclides Lair, have been able to control the damage for a lot of defensive mistakes all season long.
Rich Carente as well when he gets it, when he's been
Yes.
on the starting mound.
There's been a lot of timely hitting that the Jackfish have been unable to find, but as of late, when you switch the batting order around, you give guys different looks and different opportunities, things have been going well for Jason McKay and Brian Esri in the ball club. Difference today, though, unable to get past Edwin Yavier, who's already have 5 strikeouts through 3 innings. He's got a no-hitter going into the 4th, but the Jackfish trying to keep them off the board here with a runner on first and second, nobody out, top of the 4th. Two-0 count. This is Keys of the dish. He's 1 for 1 this afternoon, batting 150 this season. High fly ball, shallow left field. Wilson Soriano calling everybody off. Squats down, makes the catch.
Wilson Soriano now wearing sunglasses after making the error on a previous play earlier in the season.
Well,
Pop fly.
ball game, not a cloud in the sky. And the sun, of course, going to cause a lot of problems.
Weather's absolutely perfect today for a baseball game.
And, of course, the way the baseball stadium's set up, like most, the sun is going to be the eyes of the outfielder rather than the fans watching behind home plate. That way the batter doesn't get the sun in the eyes. Off-speed pitch. Upstairs and away. Ball 1.
Yeah, Brantford's Park is set up the opposite way, and therefore the games have to start at 8 o'clock at night.
That adds a big obstacle, of course, in the batter. Unable to even see the ball coming at you.
Right. Greg Marco had a conversation there with the ump. Thought that was a strike. He's been very inconsistent behind the plate tonight.
Well, the home plate umpire, Justin Snively, he was a fan favorite for both ball clubs on Thursday. His strike zone was moving more than the stock market. 1-1 count, 1 away. And, of course, you don't want to get on the umpires or anything like that, but
No.
when both teams were questioning the exact same things, it's obviously an off night. And a lot of respect for the umpires coming in this league. I know Ben Mercier, who's been on the mound, or been on the behind the plate. He's not behind the plate today. I believe he's on second and third. Looks to be the third base umpire. Is one of the more respected umpires in this league.
I believe that is Mercier behind home plate, Spence. Sorry to correct
Curtis
you.
Person again. Mental sharp on the scorecard.
Well, Curtis did get his other job done earlier than you today, so
That's true, yep.
he was here more time.
So Ben Mercier, home plate umpire. Two-one count, 1 away. And now that I look again, that does look like Ben Mercier behind the plate. With Dale LeGros on the bases. Fouls it back, 2-2.
Let's see if Young can get on a double play ball up the middle here. Try to end this inning.
Well, Hammond, his last time at bat, brought in the only run of the ball game on a sacrifice fly to left field. Hammond this season batting .322. It's only his 32nd plate appearance. Has 6 RBIs and no home runs. Now the pitch. Swings, gets a piece of it, and moves it foul. Jackfish, with all these rainouts and game cancellations and everything moving, will nearly have to play every other day in the month of July, as they ended the month of June with 15 games to go. Of course, July, 31 days in it.
Lots of baseball to be played in July, and then also the beginning of August.
And unofficially, I don't think there's been an announced rainout date, but they strike him out here. Christian Young is able to get the N in wings in his third strikeout of the afternoon for out number 2. Unofficially, that game yesterday has been moved to August 1st. We'll wait for the official announcement coming from the league and the Jackfish management. August 1st, it's a Thursday night. The Barrie Bay Cats will come back for yesterday's rainout date, Thursday, August 1st, before the long weekend. The Jackfish are on the road Friday in Brantford, and then that Thursday will be their last home game.
Potentially, providing no more rainouts occur.
Well, that's true. Luckily, we're going into one of the hottest months of the year, July and August. So hopefully the rain will hold off. One ball, no strike. Moen, who's 0 for 1, swings at the second pitch. And the count now 1-1. One count, 2 away. Moen this season batting .225 for the Guelph Royals. This is the bottom of the order. Swings aggressively at that one. Wanted to hit that one. Very aggressive swing. Unable to make contact. 1-2. Tough thing to do for a lot of batters is just control their swing and keep it consistent. But Moen on that one really put everything he had into it. And now a chance for the 4th strikeout and get out of this half inning with no runs. Check second base. Here's the pitch. High fly ball. That's going to go off the roof here at the stadium.
Oh, that might be off my car, Spence.
Wait for it. Hit a car.
It might have been mine.
We don't
Good
know.
chance of that.
You're parked right behind the press box. We'll see who runs and goes to look at the windshield. I still think they need a moat or a pond out in that parking lot. Make it like San Fran. Put people in boats trying to catch those foul balls.
Oh, we need to put that in center field.
Well, they'd be waiting a long time in center field, as we've yet to have a home run at center field.
Nope, that's the whole point.
That's dedication. The only thing in center field so far has been day fireworks, which was fantastic. Jackfish win celebrated by fireworks we couldn't see, but you could hear them. 1-2 count, 2 away. Young the pitch. Upstairs, umpire says play on. 2-2.
Young's really settled in here after that error to get the next couple batters, and hopefully he can close out the top of this inning.
Fans, their hands together, trying to get a strike for the 4th of the ball game and put the G in the word wings. Grabs his side, he's set. Now the pitch. Heat gets him to swing. Fastball strikeout for strikeout number 4. We'll go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. 2 base runners are stranded for the Royals. It's a 1-0 Royal lead here at Jackfish's Welland Stadium.
Caleb Furistaki.
Bottom of the fourth, Jackfish trailed the Guelph Royals by a score of 1-0. That run coming all the way back in the top of the second inning. Javier still has a no-hitter going here in the fourth inning. 5 strikeouts for the Royal pitcher so far. As Caleb Furistaki will start things and lead things off here in the bottom of the fourth.
Furistaki, who has just committed to university down in Louisiana.
Good fried chicken. He'll eat good. He'll definitely eat good in Louisiana. Loves his country music, that's for sure. He'll fit right in.
One of the best walk-up songs we have on the team.
Arguably, I'll agree with you there. I will agree with you. 3-0 count.
Ooh, just on the outside corner.
The edge of the plate must have just came across the plate. 3-1. Check swing, keeps it in play. Villalona, see if he can make up for his last throw. A perfect throw, but not in time. Good base running from Caleb Furistaki, able to sprint down the first base line and beat the throw from Angel Villalona.
That's why I called him the fastest player on the baseball team. Because he can run out ground balls like no one I've seen.
Number 26, Andrew Mercier.
So Villalona, who really has one of the best arms on third base, gets beat out by Caleb Furistaki. Plays so much like David Ortiz, except he's at third. A chopper. And now a double play. Very poor base running from Furistaki on that one.
Oh, he was sent to steal, and Mercy popped it up.
So a mistake from the Welland Jackfish clears the bases, and now they're behind with 2 outs.
Third baseman, number 4, Nolan Pettapiece.
Mercia now 0 for 2 in the afternoon. Once again, it looked low, but they've been calling low strikes all afternoon long. Pettapiece steps out after falling behind 0-1. And that one goes upstairs. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth inning, and a very quick ball game so far here in Welland. Off the roof, and a couple feet lower, that would have been deja vu for Curtis Pearson, the scorekeeper.
So what happened there the other night? Spence, please explain that to me.
Well,
I heard you talking about it on the
We had
broadcast.
a great pop fly. Curtis Pearson was typing in something in the computer, but if he would have had his baseball mitt, would have made the catch. As that one blows by Pettapiece. Another strikeout for the Royals pitcher. 1-0 after 4 complete. We'll go to the top of the fifth. Jackfish trail 1-0 on a beautiful Sunday afternoon.
What we do every game is we celebrate the women of baseball. Yes, we do. And with this, presented by Rains Furniture, Christine, you are today's sweetheart of the game. And with that, we're presenting this beautiful bouquet of flowers, courtesy
Top of the fifth inning, leadoff man Kyle Cush makes his third plate appearance. Off-speed pitch from Christian Young. Catches him looking, and now the count 0-2. Cush this season, batting at .204, not much success, as he's normally able to bring home a lot of runs. He only has 2 RBIs. A player that likes to swing the bat for the Guelph Royals. Outside high, misses. 2-2. A beautiful afternoon here at the park, but a exciting day here in Welland as one of the most attended festivals is happening. A race, 3 players are there. Wilson Soriano, the shortstop, all the way over to left field to make the catch for out number 1. One of the most attended and newly acclaimed festivals here in the Rose City, Welland's Float Fest, is taking place.
Your hometown realtor. Visit Stephen Canjar online at movingniagara.com.
Float Fest, which is taking place in the canal right now. Beautiful day, and everyone just floating and enjoying the beautiful sunshine. Live music, good eats, soaking up the sun. Good crowd on hand here, though, at Welland Stadium. We always get the official attendance normally in the 8th inning. A chopper off the end of the bat to first baseman Brendan Dadson. He steps on the bag for out number 2.
Designated hitter Sean Riley.
Here I ran up and pushed the Kyle Dash. Push it or skip it?
2 outs. Sean Riley back at the dish. Garden now 1 for 2 this afternoon. And this is the part of the order where the Jackfish have to be able to hold them off the scoreboard if they're going to beat the Guelph Royals this afternoon. Off-speed pitch, good curve on that ball. Strike 1. Young looking for that 5th and final strikeout for the word wings, which will make everybody happy here at the ballpark. 5 free chicken wings for everyone in attendance if they're able to strike out 5 Guelph Royals this afternoon. Mama's Boys located on the corner of 1st and Woodlawn in Welland. Just around the corner from the ballpark, a few minutes. Riley didn't like that off-speed pitch, took a swing and moved it foul. Riley comes into the ball game, .457 batting average, 9 home runs, 23 RBIs, and he stands with a really open, wide stance. His left foot, well, making him like a golfer, wide open stance.
Just so you know, Sylvia, that's like right now could be 1 pitch away.
And is able to get through a lot of pitches. Riley also a batter that can put the ball anywhere in the ballpark off his bat. His bat covers a lot of the plate, standing 6'3". And now the 0-2. Fastball downstairs, misses. That one well downstairs in the dirt, 1-2. One and 2 count, 2 gone. Angel Villalona's on deck. Nobody on the bases for the Royals here. Young the pitch. High fly ball. Very playable for DeAndre Asbury Heath. Under it makes the catch, and Riley's retired. Another 0 on the board in the top of the 5th inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Jackfish trying to come back in this ball game. It's a 1-0 Royal lead. Vaughn O'Brien will lead things off for the Welland Jackfish in the bottom of the 5th inning. Swings the first pitch and breaks his bat. We'll go get a piece of new lumber, get a new bat. And we'll go visit Greg McPherson. Greg, of course, part of the equipment staff and a local favorite. Greg helps out with a lot of sports, including the Niagara Ice Dogs, Niagara Knights, college both volleyball and basketball programs. And when the Jackfish came into town, he immediately jumped on board and wanted to be a part of the program. His family comes to every single game. Just loves local sports and loves to be a part of them. Great guy to have around the ballpark and the team as Javier misses with that pitch upstairs. Right. 1-1. Heat again. 1-2. 1-2 count. Nobody out. At the dish is Vaughn O'Brien. Vaughn O'Brien 0 for 1 this afternoon. Has a 200 batting average coming in. He batted .333 last season where he was an IBL All-Star and now is retired on a strikeout.
Your shortstop, number 1, Wilson Soriano.
Wilson Soriano steps into the batter's box after Vaughn O'Brien is retired on the strikeout. 1 out for the Jackfish here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. They've been shut out through 4 innings so far. Jackfish have 1 hit, a couple of errors in the afternoon, where the Royals have 5 hits with 1 error. Right to Villalona. Takes his time and makes it across in time for out number 2.
The center fielder, number 2, DeAndre Asbury Heath.
And now the center fielder, DeAndre Asbury Heath. Needs to get his bat going for the Jackfish. As now, his batting average below .230. Off-speed pitch, not a lot of movement though. Misses inside, ball 1. A lot of festivals going on this weekend across the Niagara region and across Ontario, of course, as that one's pushed foul. One and one. I know the Rock the Roses and Hair in the Fair that has caused a lot of commotion and controversy. Was supposed to take place, I believe, next weekend or the weekend after, which saw some big names like Sebastian Bach, Quiet Riot, the Trailer Park Boys all pull out. And the event has been officially canceled by the promoter. Now, if the Jackfish were able to hit a home run to where the stage is set up about 800 feet away, got a good view of it, though, in left field. Looks like an old trailer that they've set up to be a stage. Javier with the fastball, 3-2. DeAndre Asbury Heath this season now batting .229, 18 for 78, a home run, which Brent Colombe talked about, that home run coming all the way back May 18th in the 2nd inning. Popped one out of the park against the London Majors. The Heat again. Fastball gets him swinging, and that will retire the side. Jackfish unable to get anything. They go 3 up, 3 down. And now we'll go to the top of the 6th inning. On Hill Villalona. And the Guelph Royals lead 1-0 over the Welland Jackfish this afternoon. Villalona, though, 0 for 2. Having a great season, batting .383, 4 home runs, 17 RBIs. Good contact, but pushes it foul. Falls behind in the count, 0-2. Christian Young, so far so good. Only the one run. It's not even an earned run. Came all the way back in the second inning. He's pitched 81 pitches here in the top of the 6th. Very good outing, and now he gets Villalona. And that is the 5th strikeout of the afternoon. 5 free chicken wings.
5 free wings for everyone in attendance, courtesy of Mama's Boys.
Great promo. Mama's Boys has been a great sponsor all year long. All the fans of the ballpark get 5 free wings next day, courtesy of Mama's Boys.
And what portion size? Mama's Boys, I remember if you go to Niagara College, or anyone that you know goes to Niagara College, it's on the corner of 1st and Woodlawn. And you can go for one of their subs. They're famous for their subs. Great chicken wings. Just a local bar that's run by a couple of former athletes here in the Niagara region in Welland. 2-0 count, but the portion size is huge. Some of their subs, you could just order a small, and you could split it for 2 people.
The small's large enough. Most large places, their large subs are literally
It's like a
4
record, like a
meals.
challenge.
They have a challenge.
See?
If you're going to eat the full 2-foot-long steak,
2
2 foot long sub.
Oh. I don't know. Rod Mahood.
There's no way you're going to be able to do it, Mahood. We have a challenge. We have a challenge from Rod Mahood. Adam Harrison tried doing it, and he failed. Oh, we have a challenge.
We have a competitive eater.
We might have to have a
Joey
staff
Chestnut?
outing at Mama's Boys.
Joey Chestnut, of course, the winner of the Nathan's hot dog eating contest on July 4th. Only 71 hot dogs.
He's
in
slowing
10
down.
minutes. Last year was 74. 71 hot dogs and buns. Don't forget the. But the
buns, they soak them in water.
The announcer and the MC for the event was announcing it like it was the Stanley Cup final. He was more into it. I couldn't believe it. It was exciting to watch him.
It's on ESPN.
Sure is. So is Dodgeball, though, on ESPN 8, the Ocho. ESPN of wide variety of sports, including table tennis, but lacrosse not on there yet.
No.
Off the end of the bat, to first base, Datsun is there for out number 2. Ball game moving right along here in Welland this afternoon. It's a 1-0 lead, rather.
Right fielder Matt Schmidt.
Former Welland Jackfish. That's
And it's an exciting afternoon for Matt Schmidt as he gets to catch up with a lot of his old teammates, of course.
Captain Adams back.
Captain Adam, if you watch our Facebook and our social media, having a little fun with Matt Schmidt. Matt Schmidt, of course, tunes into Behind the Scales and was a part of Behind the Scales, and he wants to take Rocco out for a drink. Rocco was on episode 6, and everybody knows Rocco. No need for an introduction there.
The most social media posts and shares was about Rocco's birthday.
Which also was our Bat Boys birthday, Carter's.
Yes, they share his birthday.
Off the end of the bat. Could get down for a blooper, and it will. Matt Schmidt will get his second hit of the afternoon and improve to 2 for 3 in the ballgame.
Catcher Brendan Keys.
Those just weren't falling for him when he was playing with the Welland Jackfish.
Well, he battled an oblique injury to start the year, and then when he came about late May, early June, the swing started to come through. He started off the year 0 for 16. It was like Chris Bryant. What a tough year he had in Baltimore. Two-out situation. Matt Schmidt is on first base. Jackfish trail the Royals by a score of 1-0 here. Off the end of the bat. This should end it. They go to 2 to get out Matt Schmidt. Wilson Soriano has some fun with him. as the umpire looked so serious like there was going to be a fight, but they're just good old friends. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Royals unable to score once again. It's 1-0 Guelph, though, as we go to the bottom half of the inning. Greg Marco led things off for the Welland Jackfish in the bottom of the 6th inning, and it went right back to the pitcher. But Edwin Yavier is able to throw it to first and get Marco out for out number 1. First pitch for a ball. As we go back to the top of the order for the Jackfish, they trail 1-0 on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. And I'm just being told Captain Adam is back in another one right over the press box here. That needed a little less velocity, and that would have been perfect for Curtis Person in the scorekeeper's box. In the rainout yesterday, though, Ryan Bench was up here, and we were talking about this stadium and what it would need to be an absolute perfect stadium, and not much. The only thing we could come up with was a way the players could go right from the clubhouse. What a hit. High fly ball, left, could get out of the ballpark.
Carry.
Just falls to the wall, and it'll go over the wall for a ground rule double. Brendan Nicholson. Any other ballpark, that's out of the park, but a huge hit from Nicholson on a ground rule double.
Off the warning track. That was a fastball right inside. Nicholson just missed getting full contact. If the wind was blowing out, that was gone.
In Toronto, that would go all the way to Markham.
The left fielder was playing him shallow.
Didn't expect a pitch inside from Yavier. And now the Jackfish have a runner on second base, and that is Brendan Nicholson after a huge crush ball all the way to the left field wall. Now Dadson swings the first pitch. Fastball inside. Yavier, his pitch count really good so far all the way here in the bottom of the 6th inning rather. Has only thrown 76 pitches. Now the pitch, fouled away once again into the berm. 0-2. Dadson's behind in the count. He has Nicholson on second base with 1 out. Yeah, the only thing the players were talking about what would make the stadium even better is if there was a way they could get from the clubhouse to the locker room. Whereas this is iconic Welland Stadium, and you got to walk through the grandstands to get down onto the field. That one goes off the roof, right back in to the grandstands. As you got to watch out when it hits the roof. Goes off the roof, it could come down like a bullet. It's like watching Bob Barker and The Price is Right playing Plinko. You never know where it's going to go. Fastball again. Dadson. Does the catcher have it? He seems maybe a little hurt on the play. And now.
Yeah, he took that one right off the mask, off the chin. Umpire giving him some time here. Takes a slow walk out to the home plate.
And I take a look at the Jackfish bullpen. A pitcher stretching out.
Casey Howard.
Looks like Casey Howard, the pink shoes. Now he's just lounging, enjoying the ball game. Last 4 home games, though, we've seen Ryan Bench come in the relief spot with Casey Howard, the closer.
Dadson needs a timely hit here to get the Jays back into this, or the Jackfish back into this one.
1 out situation, 0-2 count. Dadson, though, a great job to keep fouling the balls away to keep it at bat alive. One mistake from Yavier could give the Jackfish the lead. Tying runs on second. The leading run is Dadson. Swing. A little chopper. Now some trouble. The throw to the base. In time. And Dadson is retired, but that moves Nicholson over to third. A very close play. Might need video replay. Oh, yep. No video replay in the IBL yet.
No video replay.
That is the goal. That would be unbelievable.
Right fielder number 25.
We're just working towards getting video broadcasts of every game.
We always try to get video broadcasts here at Welland, and we always try to make the fans feel at home as much as possible. As if you read our signs, fun first, baseball second. 2 outs now. Jackfish have the tying run on third base. And that is Brandon Nicholson. This is Caleb Furistaki, though. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Gets ahead of the count. Heat upstairs. 2-0. Furistaki is 1 for 1 in today's ball game, batting .260 on the season. Has 6 RBIs. A 7th would tie the ball game. Brantford, by the way, on top of Toronto right now, 3-1. Early in the ball game, just top of the 3rd inning. And Kitchener also top 3, up 1-0. Fastball, 3-0. Angel Villalona puts his hands up in the air thinking maybe a missed strike. And now an intentional walk, which will move Caleb Furistaki on base and bring up Andrew Mercier. And the Guelph Royals will have a mound visit and talk about how they want to pitch around Andrew Mercier, who's playing the DH spot this afternoon and one of the big hitters for the Welland Jackfish.
Well, the Jackfish lead the league in stolen bases.
Well, they definitely have the most attempts, and that's courtesy of Ricky Pillateri and Brian Ezery, giving the green lights to steal whenever they need.
But they need a timely hit, which they haven't been able to do yet today.
Furistaki, we talked about one of the fastest base runners in this IBL. I can imagine stealing second. Only problem is, though, you never want to be called out to end an inning on a stolen base.
No.
Especially,
I don't think he's going anywhere here.
Well, Andrew Mercier on the base in the batter's box, one of the big hitters.
Well, Furistaki is going to be going on contact anyway with 2 outs.
Right.
So
he'll have a
there's
huge
no need for a
leadoff.
stolen base here. Yes.
There he goes.
He's going.
Right away.
No
No
throw.
throw. Firostaki.
Wow.
How about that? He's there before the catcher can even throw the ball.
Guelph has seen this play before, though. Welland ran the double steal on him earlier in the year, where they stole second and the guy from third stole home. So they've seen this before out of Welland. It's worked successfully for several times this year for the Welland Jackfish.
1-0 count. Pitch was a ball. Off the end of the bat. Heads up. That was a bullet. Probably came off the bat around 105 miles an hour. Right over the heads of the people at the dock. The dock, of course, a great place to watch a ball game. Bring a group. Have a cold OV. Just say
Welland.
OV here in
Of
Welland.
course you have to have OV. All Miller products. Miller's been great.
Fastball. Down and the way, 2-1. Next ball game for the Welland Jackfish, Thursday, July 11th. Thirsty Thursday. $3 beers until the end of the third inning. Just say OV. Now the 2-1 fouled away. 2-2. Two and two. Edwin Yavia, the pitcher.
He's really starting to take his time here.
Well, this is his 91st pitch of the afternoon. He has a runner on first and third. Andrew Mercier needs to get a timely hit or a walk. Just find his pitch. Twos across the board. Here's the delivery. Upstairs. Good eye by Mercier to hold the bat. And now 3-2.
Oh. Now the runners are going on contact, so any hit here scores 2.
Pettipiece is on deck. And then Von Bryan. 2-out situation, though, for the Jackfish. Three and 2. Full count.
Mercier's got to be looking fastball.
Here's the deciding pitch. Fastball off the end of the bat, though, right into the parking lot.
Mercy's just sitting on the fastball here. But with 2 strikes.
And I take a look at the stands. Ryan Harrison handing out 5 free chicken wings, courtesy of Christian Young.
And Mama's Boys.
And Mama's Boys. Well, of course, redeem those for 5 free chicken wings. And I can't stop thinking about chicken wings. Now the 3-2. A hard hit. Fair ball. That's going to score 1 run. Now here comes another across the plate. A great hit by Andrew Mercier. And the Jackfish take a 2-1 lead.
Great hitting there. Mercier waited back on the fastball and sliced it the other way.
So a 2-out double for Andrew Mercier that scores 2 runs.
The wily veteran gets it done again.
Must be the French in Mercier that was able to hold off on that one and find the fastball.
Oui.
Now the 0-1 with 2 outs. Another one right to Villalona. Takes his time across the diamond in time. Regardless, the Jackfish have a huge successful 6th inning. Take a 2-1 lead. We'll go to the top of the 7th. We're a half inning away from take me out to the ball game. It's 2-1 after 6 complete. Top of the 7th inning, Jackfish fans unite for Andrew Mercier. He's able to cash in on a two-run RBI double. That's only the 3rd hit of the ball game for the Jackfish, that 2-out double. 6 hits for the Guelph Royals this afternoon against Christian Young, who continues the work here in the top of the 7th.
But no earned runs.
No, only that 1 run off a sacrifice fly. Off the end of the bat, Wilson Soriano with some speed, but it's going to drop right in front of him, and Ethan Hammond's able to get to first base. A little blooper for Hammond, but it's a base hit, and now they have a leadoff single.
Left fielder Ethan Bowen.
So now back-to-back Ethans were scheduled to go in the lineup, but a pinch hitter coming for the Guelph Royals.
Correction, pitch hitting now for the Royals, number 22, Ricky Murray.
Now that brings up a pinch hitter in the lefty, Ricky Murray. Murray, a big size, a lot of height on him.
This inning at Welland Jackfish Baseball is presented by North Welland Business Improvement Area. Visit online.
But that hit, it's another case of not solid contact by Guelph, but a ball that just dropped in. Wilson Soriano went back because he thought it was a higher pop fly, and it went in short.
Well, even if you ran at it, you may not have had time, as that ran. Wilson Soriano had quite a bit of speed coming behind him. Just a little blooper. The game of baseball, got to be lucky sometimes. Young now has pitched 96 pitches. 4 away from the 100 mark here in the top of the 7th. Here's the offering off the end of the bat, foul.
Interesting that they pinch hit here for Smith in the top of the 7th, and he's 2 for 3 today.
Came in for Ethan Moen.
Oh, excuse me.
That's okay.
I blame Pearson.
Now Curtis Person, the scorekeeper, giving it to Brent Colombe. Colombe, a little jet lag from Czech Republic. His order's a little off. Now we'll throw down a rundown on the bases. Dadson tags him out. And a little blooper to get on the bases, but now a blender of base running errors for the Royals gets him off the bases for out number 1. So I must ask, do you have a favorite memory or something you really wanted to do in Czech when you were there?
Well, I've been there all those times, and I never got to see the famous castle, the top
Not
of the hill.
yet.
I got there.
There
I
you
got
go.
there this time.
All right.
So that was bucket list completed for
There you go.
for Prague. But, I mean, you can walk along that waterfront all day and just stop from restaurant to restaurant. Plenty to do and plenty to see in that city.
Is it anything like the vibrant Rose City, though?
It is. Well, it's not, but
Yeah, good answer.
beer's a lot cheaper.
Ah. Not as good as Thirsty Thursday, though, coming up on
No.
July 11th.
No.
Oh, a diving grab. Unable to make the catch, though. Soriano across the diamond, not in time, but what an arm on Soriano as Pettipiece almost had that diving catch. Good effort from Nolan Pettipiece, but unable to make the catch. And another single for the Guelph Royals. So 1-out single. And good job by Soriano to notice the effort from Pettipiece and able to back him up. Almost had him on the arm from Soriano, well in left field. By the way, Thursday night, Brantford in town. The Sox this season are having a really difficult time.
Yeah, they've lost 19 in a row coming into today.
They're up on top of Toronto. We'll have to check with the scorekeeper, Curtis Person, again. That's a shot up the middle. Ricky Murray's going to round second, and he'll hold on as that's a single up the gut. And now the runners are on first and second. Kyle Cush, another timely hit for the Royals.
Ryan Bench warming up in the bullpen.
And Ryan Bench, he seemed to have really found his groove with the Welland Jackfish after breaking his ankle. A lot of people don't know that. He broke his ankle during a game against the Barrie Bay Cats, the game that a lot of fans left as there was nearly a 2-hour rain delay. Left, came back.
Yeah, Ryan's been having problems with the push-off foot on the mound, and that's what created the small separation in his ankle.
But he's able to really make adjustments to his pitch. And when he was in high school, he had a shoulder injury, and that's why he throws sidearm now instead of over the top. When he was in high school playing locally, able to pitch over the top, and then he just found when he came back from being hurt, sidearm was a lot easier on his body, and he just adjusted and made the adjustment. And now, his speed is the only thing that really holds him back as being an elite pitcher. As his top speed well under 85 miles an hour.
Yeah, but he knows how to pitch in and out, and he did a great job at Brock University, and that's what Welland really wanted to sign him.
Bench was one of the earlier signings, signed early January, if I remember correctly. Gets him to swing and a nasty curveball. One of those embarrassing moments for Josh Garton.
He was just a little bit out front of that one.
Almost a half second, full second ahead. Now the 0-1. Christian Young, after just having a little mound visit and talk from Ricky Piliteri, foul ball, heads up. Just over the press box again. 0-2. And actually, I think it was Ryan Bench when he was up here said it's almost impossible to hit a ball in this press box, which it actually quite is. The perfect has to have a nice little lob coming off the bat.
All right.
But we found out the hard way on Thursday night. High fly ball. Greg Marco. Off the roof. Here it comes.
Uh-oh.
Fans are applauding.
Nice grab in town from downtown Narrative today.
Rob Mahood, the new Matt Devlin, I call him. He comes up with a new city every time there's a foul ball caught from the Niagara region. I call him the new Matt Devlin.
Little geography lesson for everyone in attendance. Get all those little towns.
There's a lot of them in the Niagara region, that's for sure.
Hard shot. Goes foul. All the way to Burnaby. Okay, I'm going outside the Niagara region a little bit. Maybe a different province.
I think you should leave those to Mahood. There you go. That one went to Fenwick.
Fenwick. Ryan Bench. That's where
Yes, it is.
0-2. Curve ball. Umpire doesn't show him the respect that pitch deserved. 1-2.
Double barrel action now for the Jackfish in the bullpen. That's Casey Howard's also up.
1-2 count, one away. Runner on first and second, though, for the Royals here. Swings and pulls it right to their own dugout. One and two, one away. We'll expect a pitching change after this inning. If he's able to get out, a double play would end the half inning. And we'll all sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Grabs his side. Now the 1-2. High fly ball. That should keep the base runners at bay as long as the
Infield
catch
fly
can be
rule in
made.
play. Infield fly rules in play.
Good eye by Colombe. See, it's nice having an extra set of eyes here.
You
As-
need it. I've seen you referee.
Whoa. Inside joke, folks.
Inside joke.
No
Spencer's
joke.
also
Whoa.
a lacrosse referee now. What's third year now, Spencer?
Yep.
Moving up the ladder though.
Moving right up. And what a splash that has been. There's another story so far for referees across Ontario. That's why the umpires do a fine job here.
Yeah, I was away for all that.
But I'm sure the umpires, if they want a sausage, Country Corner Market sausage, one of the best in the IBL right here at Welland Stadium. Maybe a $2 Chapman's ice cream. One of the specials today that saw the fans race for the concession stands. 2 outs. Now Sean Riley. Off the end of the bat, foul. been a fun season so far at Jackfish Baseball as fans continue to pour in their support. Riley this afternoon, 1 for 3, but came into the season as one of their go-to guys, and he's showing why he's one of the big hitters in the IBL. 9 home runs, leading the league with 23 RBIs as well.
Pretty sure Captain Adam had a sign for him as well. It says Riley loves Nickelback. Captain Adam's very clever when he wants to be.
Oh, and 2 outs.
Haven't seen much movement from the Royals after getting caught stealing in the start of this inning.
Well, Christian Young has really dialed it in and been able to keep them off the bases. Now he finds himself in a jam, though, with a runner on first and second.
But Greg Marco's got a great arm behind the plate. Coming back from injury, too.
Now the 0-2. 2 away for Sean Riley. Runner on first and second. Big opportunity. Hard, deep shot to the gap. DeAndre Asbury Heath, though, running after it. So was the left fielder, Von Bryan. They both cross each other paths, but Von Bryan comes up with the ball to end the 7th inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. But first, take me out to the ball game. Get up and stretch. Grab a cold refreshment. We're going to the bottom half of the 7th when we come back on Jackfish TV. So bottom of the 7th. Leadoff man Von Bryan, who is scheduled to hit, is now being pinch hit by Bryce O'Farrell. O'Farrell is 8 for 16. Timely hitting at best for sure. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Gets called on the strike, 1-2.
O'Farrell, who played at Pittsburgh University.
Yes.
Has now since left the program, is uncommitted, but we've had a few teams out, Division I university teams out to watch him. He's got a great eye at the plate.
Him and his brother Reese, both part of the Jackfish, both ball players.
Both Burlington, Ontario natives.
And a part of the herd. A lot of these guys coming over from the herd, we're talking about how much success this team was going to have. And what a year was going to be different. And right from the get-go, they knew this was a different atmosphere and a different ball club. From the moment they walked in the stadium, Rich Carante was at the press conference when they announced the logo to the fans and the team name. And he talked to him right away, and he was excited. There was still snow on the ground that snowy March cold day. And O'Farrell is able to get a walk against Edwin Yavier, who continues the pitch here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
And Guelph is not happy the strike zone. All the infielders are yelling at Mercier right now.
Now batting shortstop number 1, Wilson Soriano.
Wilson Soriano now up to bat. Soriano, one of the imports on this roster. Off the end of the bat, a hard hit. Get down ball right in the gap. Diving, unable to make the catch. That could score at least 1 run. Soriano is going to round all the way to second. Stop sign put up by Pilateri, but a run comes in. The Jackfish are able to score. Reese O'Farrell all the way from first base and lead 3-1.
What a great hit by Soriano, right into the gap. And just in between the southern fielder and the left fielder. He got a hold of that one. And
Wilson Soriano
and this
came into the ball game hitting 23 for 85. And that'll add another one, his 24th hit of the season. And it's a extra base hit all the way to third on a triple.
and Welland speed coming into play again there, with O'Farrell scoring easily from first base on the ball hit to the gap.
Movement in the Guelph Royal bullpen as that brings up DeAndre Asbury Heath. Runner in scoring position, though, is Wilson Soriano.
That's Evan Kisser warming up in the bullpen for the Guelph Royals. Evan Kisser.
So Kisser warming up. Off-speed
Guelph-
pitch.
Guelph playing infield in here to try and not concede this run on the ground ball. Wilson's going to be not going on contact, waiting for the ball to get through the infield.
Nobody out, though, as that misses on the inside. And once again, Yavier forgets the glove, just grabbed that with a bare hand. 1-1. Jackfish Royals on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. The Jackfish are buzzing. Have won 3 straight ball games, looking to make it 4 this afternoon. Now the pitch off the end of the bat. That could get in. Wilson Soriano will come in to score. The Jackfish now lead by 3.
Well, see, that's the thing there. If they're playing the infield back there, that goes right to the shortstop. That goes right to Kyle Kush. But because their infield's in, that gets through the gap, and that allows him easily to score. He would have scored on contact playing out, but that's a good piece of hitting by DeAndre to know where the infielders are playing and put it through the gap.
So that'll be it for Edwin Yavier. Gives up 4 earned runs. He's responsible for DeAndre Asbury Heath. We'll step aside. It is a 4-1 Jackfish lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Don't go anywhere. Jackfish lead by 3 on Jackfish TV. So new pitcher into the ball game for the Guelph Royals, and it's still a 4-1 Jackfish lead. Yavier will be responsible for DeAndre Asbury Heath. Greg Marco immediately shows bunt. Villalona, the third baseman, was walking in. This is Evan Kizer. Could be Kaiser. Got the pronunciation. Runner going, DeAndre Asbury Heath. Good catch and a good block, though, by the second baseman for the Royals, as that could have been even more deadly. But the train's coming.
Another called strike. Marco doesn't like it, but Guelph Royal has been all over the home plate umpire. I wonder if that's been a factor.
It's okay. Runner now on second base.
Speed coming into play. Jackfish, plenty of it. Lead the IBL in stolen bases, and Marco gets absolutely plunked.
Well, Marco, who we talked about will do anything for this ball program, came over from the Burlington Herd last season, and he's a guy that shows enthusiasm every time he's here at the ballpark.
Second baseman, number 13, Brandon Nicholson.
And that's how he has to get it done. And excuse me, last year was a part of the Hamilton Cardinals organization. As I get a few mixed up, as a lot of the team came from the Herd. Of course, DeAndre a part of the Brantford Red Sox, who are struggling, and now he finds a new home with the Jackfish. DeAndre's on second. Marco, the Hamilton Cardinal last year, is on first. And now Brandon Nicholson, the leadoff man. Off the end of the bat, foul.
Hit the light post.
Our goal is to make fans be on those light posts because it's so full in the stadium. Like a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
Well, we do have Pack the Park Day coming up.
Big promotion. If you've never heard of it, July 20th, Saturday, July 20th. Toronto Maple Leafs in town. Fastball upstairs from Kiss or Misses. Free tickets for everyone in the ballpark, but the only catch, you have to go to Enviro Niagara. Just go there. Say you want to go to the ballpark on July 20th. Free tickets, two per person. July 20th, Enviro Niagara. You can go right now, all the way up until the game. Free tickets for everyone that comes to the ballpark.
Until game day.
Until game day, of course. But they're wearing...
They're going by quick.
Welland Pirate theme uniforms.
Which will be auctioned off after the game.
See, this is why it's good to have some ownership up here. And Brent Colomb is now, that's over the head. DeAndre Asbury Heath will go to third base. Greg Marco goes to second. A little bit of a wild pitcher right now in Evan Kisser.
Yeah, Kisser's really struggling with his command. He seems to be falling off the mound early, and that's what's leading to the wide release point.
Nobody out. Runner on second and third for the Jackfish. High fly ball. Maybe the wind will push it away from the first baseman as he seems to struggle with it, but he's able to backpedal and make the catch. That's one out now.
Nicholson got just under that one.
Yeah.
Just a bit, but...
Tough fly ball that got away from him. And now we go to the second man in the batting order, Brendan Dadson. Runner on second and third, both in scoring position here, one out.
Guelph had the infield, the middle of the infield in again. Now they back up a little bit playing.
Of course, a lot of people wonder when you look at the MLB and they put the shift on for a lot of these batters. Not enough stats and not enough information on a lot of batters to be able to do that here in the IBL.
No, spray charts aren't there. There's a few guys that you know from being in the league for long enough, but not many.
You're unable to practice it, and a lot of teams, of course, just try to play each team true.
Right.
As the board reads, one ball, one strike, one out.
Which is the way baseball is designed to be played.
Yeah, and it's exactly right. A lot of people I know. And now, right away, down, right off his foot, and it seems to really struggle as the catcher comes and have a word to make sure he's okay. But he'll walk it off, and it looks to be the foot that does not have the pad on. As Dadson took it like a tramp. Champion now, he's straight up. One and two, one out. Umpire checks with Dadson.
Our ball boys finally woke up. The umpire was asking for the balls, but Carter and Greg finally woke up. Carter was doing a little juggling.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Well, we
Oh,
asked
wow.
Carter behind the scales, and Ryan thought he played baseball, but no, he's just a baseball bat boy. Strike three, got him out. And now,
That looked like a foul tip and hit the dirt. He called a foul tip. Did it not hit the dirt?
well, the question will be asked by field manager Brian Ezery, and the umpires are going to come in for a little discussion.
They rarely change their call here. But you can see the dirt kick up. Now the question, I think, is whether it was the glove or whether it was the ball that hit the dirt.
The catcher not giving much help here, of course.
No. Of course.
And out is called. So 2-out situation now for the Jackfish. Where's Robert Lewis?
Where is Robert Lewis tonight? Probably watching from Barrie, Ontario.
Robert Lewis, if you're watching, they missed you. Two-out situation now for the Jackfish. Still runners on second and third, though. First ball in there for a strike.
Yeah, correction. Thanks, Sandra, for the information, but Southeast Missouri State University. I thought it was South
Pitch
Louisiana
gets away
State.
from the catcher. Well, I still take my comment of good food.
Yeah, absolutely. I lived in Missouri I lived in
That's
Biloxi,
true, actually, especially when
Missouri
you were reffing in the...
for 8 months.
See, not only is Brent ref lacrosse, he's also an ice hockey referee, along with Ryan Harrison. And the IBL is not only players that play both sports. There's so many players, of course, like a couple of Hamilton Cardinals I know that played in the National Hockey League that were a part of the Hamilton Cardinals organization back in the day. Brent Cologne and Ryan Harrison both playing reffing ice hockey, I should say.
Yeah, along with Adam Harrison. Adam Harrison also.
Captain Adam.
Captain Adam, also a hockey referee.
2-1. Pitch missed inside in the dirt. 3-1. Runners, second and third base here for the Jackfish in a 4-1 ball game. Started off 1-0 for the Royals all the way back in that second inning. Fastball. Good pitch by Kisser. But since the second inning, the Jackfish were held off the scoreboard until the 6th and 7th. And now we've put up 4 runs. Andrew Mercier is on deck. He's the scheduled next batter. And then Nolan Pettipiece and Bryce O'Farrell, which would bring us all the way back through the order here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the delivery on the 3-2. Downstairs, take your base. Base is loaded for the Jackfish here in the bottom of the 7th.
Bringing up Mercier again. Guelph does have a great eye at the plate and great speed as well to go with that great eye. It's a real asset especially when he's on base.
So now a big opportunity. Mercier, the London, Ontario native. Huge opportunity to prove why he's the DH for this ball club and how strong his batting skills are. First pitch, tried to put all his meat behind that one. strike one.
Yeah, he went swinging for the fences on that one for sure.
And it's got to be hard for batters, of course, to be able to hold their composure and try to find that pitch. Bases are loaded. As now they go with the off-speed pitch. Thought it was going to be a fastball once again. Off-speed, though. Good effort and great pitching decisions by Evan Kisser.
Yeah, he seemed to find his command a little bit.
Well, the ball had a lot of movement coming across the plate. Now let's see what he goes with again. Fastball gets him to swing. And with the bases loaded, that'll be it. 3 straight swings by Andrew Mercier. The Jackfish leave all the bases loaded. They leave him aboard. We'll go to the top of the 8th inning. 4-1 Jackfish here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Top of the 8th inning, Jackfish lead 4-1 over the Guelph Royals, and now they call time. Still pitching for the Welland Jackfish. It's Christian Young as we take a look at his pitch count. 110 pitches so far in today's ball game. Ryan Bench is still warming up for the Jackfish. We also saw Casey Howard. Howard is the closer for this team. So we'll see what happens with the pitching staff and what they tend to do. Young against Villalona. Goes behind Marco and gets away for ball 1. Angel Villalona this season is having an excellent year, batting over 380, 383 so far coming into the ballgame.
Villanova was drafted by the San Francisco Giants. He was in their farm system.
Hard contact. Well, he's got so much control at the plate. He's got a huge swing and is able to control pitchers and get in their head because of he can swing at almost any ball.
The interesting nuances of these minor league ballparks is that the bullpens here in Welland, kind of like only 2 major league parks left, have the bullpens right on the side of the field, and that ball errant from the bullpen forced the game to go time because the ball was all the way to the backstop.
Well, had another conversation with a couple of pitchers, including Ryan Bench, as that one will pop off the ground. and about 18 and a half feet away from a Dunnville resident. And just out of the reach of Brent Colombe, who's still in disbelief he didn't catch that ball. Had a good view of it here on the camera.
The ball looked like it bounced off the front of the plate.
Off the plate, straight over the head. Right back to Christian Young, unable to make the catch though. And Villalona thought he had no chance. He is retired for out number 1.
Villanova didn't even attempt to run that out. And then came to the dugout and was going to throw his helmet. I got to get corrected again.
And now that'll be it. So they get Villalona out. And an excellent outing. He goes 7 1/3. But Christian Young's afternoon will be over. Standing ovation, a great ovation for Christian Young. Another great outing. 114 pitches. And only that one run. That's not an earned run. We'll go to break. We'll come back. New pitcher to the ball game is the lefty Ryan Bench. We'll step aside. Jackfish lead 4-1 here from the Rose City. New pitcher to the ball game, Ryan Bench, the local lefty. He's got that sidearm throw. And we talked about his velocity, not the greatest, and it's not something he's going to be able to work on to get a little bit faster. He's just controlling his pitches now and trying to keep everything over the plate and everything that he can control.
Little different speed, too, for these hitters to adjust to.
He's a pitcher that can really find his groove, and when he gets pitches when he wants, they're normally nowhere off the plate like the first 3 he's thrown. He normally keeps everything over the plate and makes swingers take a swing at it. But he's got a lot of movement on his pitches, which makes it tough on batters. 4 straight balls, though, which is exactly how he started his last game. And now that will end Intersano's day as a pinch runner will go to the bases. Just waiting for who's actually coming out to pinch run. And there's number 5, which I believe is Pillarchuk.
Yep.
Pinch running at first base now for Guelph, number 5, Matthew Pillarchuk. And now at the plate for the Royals. Right fielder Matt Schmidt.
So now Matt Schmidt. Or Schmitty, as I'm sure they call him in Guelph and Welland. That's what he was called here, of course, the nickname Matt Schmidt. Schmidt this season is having great success in Guelph after being released and traded to the Guelph Royals from the Welland Jackfish when Von Bryan came back for the Jackfish. And now strike called on a pitch that looked well outside.
That was clearly outside.
Even Curtis Person already had a ball on the card. All right. We'll take it.
Yep.
Hard hit by Matt Schmidt. Casey Howard tried to make the grab. Unfortunately, no ball boys sitting on the foul lines like in the MLB. And now Matt Schmidt is ejected from the ball game. And here we go again in the vibrant Rose City. It's like the Oprah Winfrey show. You get an ejection, and now the manager and the third base coach is coming. So the ejection count is up to 1. So Matt Schmidt tossed from the ball game. Wow. Frustration settling in, of course, and I must agree with Matt Schmidt, though, that one pitch was definitely a ball.
Definitely a ball.
And I'm not sure what was said, though, on his next pitch as he fouled one away. And while we were looking at Casey Howard going to get the ball, Matt Schmidt was ejected.
Now, Ryan, this is difficult for Bench, too, though. He's got to stay focused here. Bench has to maintain focus in the middle of an at-bat here. He's up in the count 2-1 when this ejection happened, and now he's got to try to stay focused. Normally, you see the pitchers throw some warm-up pitches here, but we haven't seen any yet from Bench.
Now at the plate for Guelph, number 20, Riley Perks.
In time, out number 2, and Ryan Bench does his job.
Catcher Brandon Keys.
2 outs, brings up Brandon Keys. Riley Perks was the hitter that had to come in to replace Matt Schmidt. Those stats will go against Matt Schmidt's at bat. Ryan Bench, off-speed pitch, good pitch down the middle, but it's fouled away. Risk-reward pitcher, though, with Ryan Bench, of course, is a lot of his pitches come down in the middle. And if a batter can wait long enough and find his pitch, he'll have a good opportunity to swing.
Yeah, but that sidearm delivery, though, it's very difficult to catch the ball coming out of his hand.
Batters see it very late. As there's one, that's a shot to right field. Furastaki there in time. The Royals, unable to score, will go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Jackfish, inching closer to their 13th victory of the season, will go to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 4-1 Fish lead here in the vibrant Rose City. bottom of the 8th inning. Nolan Pettipies leads things off for the Jackfish on a strike. That across the plate over center, strike one. 0-1 count. Nolan Pettipies gets behind Evan Kisser, who came in to replace Edwin Yavier, the starting pitcher in this afternoon's ballgame. Kisser has an ERA of 2.08 in only 8 2/3 innings pitched. He's struck out 7 batters. Fastball misses outside. Now the 2-1. Downstairs in the dirt, 3-1. Jackfish have a busy weekend next weekend again. They're back at home Thursday night, July 11th. Thursday. Brantford in town. And by the way, Red Sox 11, Maple Leafs 1 at the moment. An absolute, just a blowout right now from Christy Pitts. Off-speed pitch down the middle, strike 2. Through full count, 3-2. This is the leadoff man, Nolan Pettipies, so nobody's away. High fly ball, going to catch the back half of the roof and roll into the parking lot.
Jackfish on the road next weekend as there's the music concert at the exhibition.
Which got canceled. So it's a tough go. Hair in the Fair canceled after promoters had to postpone and then cancel as Pettipies is retired. But Jackfish, you're right, on the road for 3 games after they play on Thursday night at home.
O'Farrell has a walk today, coming in for Von Bryan to start that rally in the last inning.
A weird decision to pull Von Bryan, as Von Bryan, of course, is one of those go-to guys, so it's obviously something must have been up. O'Farrell, though, 8 for 16 on the season. Gets on base quite a few times as that pitch is inside. 1-1. Now the 1-1 with 1 away. Throwing some heat, fastball. Behind it was O'Farrell, and he falls behind in the count, 1-2.
When Kisser's had command, he's been dialed in. The pitchers can't keep up to his stuff, but he hasn't had command
No,
much.
he's been all over the batter's box on both sides, and he's been unable to be finding strikeouts like that. And he gets him to swing for his first strikeout of the ball game. Jackfish, though, need to be able to keep their heads up here and play like they are tied and play normally. Unable to have a 3-run cushion. Got to play like you want to keep scoring, as a game can turn so quickly. And now 2-out situation for Wilson Soriano. Lets the first pitch go outside. Soriano this afternoon, 1 for 3.
Yeah, that one hit was an absolute crush to the gap.
Triple all the way to the wall. Outside. Soriano has cleared the bases. 2 home runs this season. Has 16 RBIs in the year. Had a couple today with that 2-run triple. Good eye by Soriano. Steps back, and now it's a 3-0 count in favor of the Jackfish. DeAndre Asbury Heath is on deck. And now the 3-0 with 2 outs. Lets it go down the middle, strike 1.
He was taken all the way on that one, clearly. 3-0.
Off the end of the bat. Ball needs to get down, but it's quite a bit of hang time. It does get down. No effort from the center fielder to make an effort. to get that ball. Hammond didn't look like he wanted to show any kind of effort to that one.
It looked like that ball was hit harder off the bat, but you could hear it from here that it was almost like off the end of the bat and just dropped in. Very similar to the one that happened earlier to Wilson Soriano. It looked like it was hit further, but didn't go that far.
So that has Wilson Soriano on the base. He's now 2 for 4 in the ballgame. Here goes Soriano. That'll go all the way to the center fielder. Soriano.
We got a race.
Slides into third in time.
Soriano got there plenty of time. That ball thrown right into center field, but then he ran into Villalobos with his helmet right in the midsection.
Kind of all over the base, and had nice respect though for Wilson Soriano, able to help him up and say nice job on that stolen base to second, and then an error on the catcher all the way to outfield. Swinging strike from DeAndre Asbury Heath, and now he falls behind 0-2. 0-2 the count with 2 away. Soriano is the base runner on third base.
DeAndre needs to shorten up his swing a little bit here just to make contact with 2 strikes.
Yeah, it's a matter of playing like you want to continue to score, and every at-bat matters.
Yeah.
As the Jackfish, if they're going to be able to go deep into the playoffs, they need to be able to learn how to play with leads, as they've had much success so far as of late. They were 7-3 in their last 10 games, and not that long ago, they had a record of 9-11. Pitch misses, and now that'll be strike number 3. Jackfish will go to the bottom. We'll go to the top of the 9th inning, rather. Jackfish lead 4-1 here at the stadium. Top of the 9th inning, the Jackfish lead 4-1 on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. And another chance at a victory here at home. Ryan Bench continues the pitch. As we saw Casey Howard, he is still warming up, so we'll see how many outs Brian Esri keeps him in.
Bench really settled in after having problems with the strike zone early, but then really settled in after that ejection to Smith. And he's been throwing strikes, and that's been the key. That's why he gets in a lot of ball games.
Ever
He's
since
throwing
Broly
strikes.
Ortiz was released, they've used Ryan Bench a lot more often. And they've given him an opportunity to kind of find his own, and he has taken advantage of every opportunity. Bench this season, an ERA of 1. He's got 8 strikeouts and 9 innings of work. Keeps his ERA down. High fly ball, that'll go out of play, foul. Yeah, if you're able to keep your ERA down and do exactly what the team needs you to do, there's no reason to take you out of ball games. And he's a hometown favorite, of course, from Fenwick, just down the road. And he's very devoted to this team. Puts in a lot of time practicing and will be a part of our youth kids camps coming up. Right to the second baseman, across to Dadson, but it's well over his head. Not sure what happened there. As actually, I take a look, Dadson is out of the ballgame. The Jackfish have a new first baseman playing, and it's number 41.
Kenny Honfeld.
So Kenny Honfeld will come in for Brendan Dadson. Honfeld comes in on first base. And now they have a base runner on an error committed by the Jackfish. Routine ground ball gets way overthrown, and Kenny Honfeld had to jump to the heavens to make the catch, but it was not in time.
And I believe that's Bryce O'Farrell at second, who made that error.
It does look like O'Farrell at second.
Nicholson's moved to right. Or sorry, Nicholson's left.
So high fly ball. Catch is made for out number 1, and that'll keep the base runner at first base. Well, that makes sense because Von Bryan was taken out of the ballgame. Honfeld's a positional player that can play anywhere in the infield. So Honfeld comes in to play first base. Nicholson goes all the way out to left field. So now the outfielders are Nicholson in left, DeAndre Asbury-Heath up the middle, and Furastaki still in right. 1 out. Bench, that's right into the outfield of Caleb Furastaki. It'll get down, though, for a base hit. And we'll see what happens if Ryan Bench has continued to stay in the ballgame. The Jackfish are a one pitch away from ending the ballgame on a double play. But with 1 out, the Guelph Royals have a runner on first and second, and the tying run is at the plate. Batter Josh Garten.
Yeah, I think this is going to be Ryan Bench's last hitter. The lefty-lefty matchup here. Lots of power, though, at the plate for Guelph.
Big hitter of Josh Garten now at the dish with Riley and then Villalona. First pitch misses outside. Now the 1-0 with 1 away. Runners on first and second. Swinging strike as he tried to put that one to the moon and back. 1-1. Garden today is 1 for 4. Has 4 home runs and 13 RBIs this season. Deadly part of the order for the Guelph Royals. Prime time opportunity for them. Bench check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. And now, 2-1.
Well, that's interesting as the third base umpire is now at second with the runner on second. So that's a tough look. He's almost got the same look as ump behind the home plate.
Hard shot. That could easily get out of the ballpark, and it will. And a shot that clears the bases and ties the ball game in the top of the 9th. What a shot by Garten that clears the bases, and Andrew Mercier is tossed for the ball game. So Andrew Mercier gets tossed. That clears the bases. We're tied at 4. But we talked about the Guelph Royals. What a timely at bat. And that'll bring in Casey Howard. We'll step aside. 4-4 ball game here at the stadium. Top of the 9th inning. What a clutch home run for Josh Garten. Clears the bases on a deep, deep shot to right field. And then Andrew Mercier comes out to complain about a check swing that was missed. From up here in the press box, it did look like he went, regardless of who was bat. If it was a Welland player or a Guelph player, definitely looked like he went. Umpire, though, had a bad look as he was at second base. Did he go, umpire?
What's wrong with that pitch?
No check again, and the umpire is going against Welland here as Welland have been kicked out Mercier and field manager Brian Esri. Matt Schmidt, a reminder, also was ejected in the ballgame. Now the 3-0. So now Angel Villalona as Riley takes his walk. A runner out first, Villalona. at the dish. Casey Howard on a wild pitch that got away from him, injured himself, and time is called. Well, turn of events here for the Jackfish. Yes,
Frustration's building on the mound.
Oh, for sure. And once again, umpires center stage here is Thursday night 4 were kicked out, and now Villalona takes an intentional walk. Four people were kicked out, 2 coaches, 2 players, and now it's like we're trying to catch that record. And now that brings up Matt Pillarchuk. So an intentional walk brings up Pillarchuk, 4-4 ball game. Here's the offering from Howard. Down the middle, strike 1.
And the Bronx cheer comes from the fans.
And what time for this? We'll try to charge the battery and bring you, hopefully, extra inning baseball, but a shot to left field. What a catch from the left fielder for the Jackfish, and Brandon Nicholson for out number 2. A sliding catch, great grab by Brendan Nicholson, keeps the base runners on first and second in a timely opportunity for the Royals. Deep hit, but a great catch by Nicholson. And now there's 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. So now the Jackfish Radio Network here on YouTube. A shot that goes foul. Oh, 1 count. The batter is Riley Perks. Jackfish 0-1 count with 2 outs here. Top of the 9th inning. Excellent crowd on hand. Attendance this afternoon, 633. Now the offering. Upstairs, umpire says ball. Fouled back, press box just upstairs, as that just missed coming in cubicle number 4 here in the press box of the stadium. 1-2 count. Umpire number 53, Ben Mercier, is behind the plate. Had a tough day this afternoon. Another 1-2. Howard the pitch, fouled back, and we'll continue. One and two, 2 outs. Howard on the mound for the Jackfish now. Ryan DeBench came in and worked a couple of innings. Christian Young was today's starting pitcher. Now the 1-2. A shot that'll go to the right fielder. They're going to send the runner home. The play at the plate, unable to make the grab, and now Sean Riley comes in to score, and the Guelph Royals have a 5-4 lead in the 9th.
Catcher Brendan Keys.
Five-4. Guelph Royals, a 2-out situation. Casey Howard gets sent deep to the wall. Upstairs, offering from Howard. Perksley, double. Actually, Perks is single, excuse me, as Villalona's on second base. Perks on first. So 2 runners on for the Guelph Royals. Jackfish led 4-1 and now trail 5-4 here in the top of the 9th. 4 runs by the Royals here in this top half inning. Howard misses downstairs. Now 3-0. Brennan Keys is at the dish. Keys this afternoon is 1 for 4. He's yet to have a home run this season, though. 5 RBIs. And he's only batting 150. Now the offering from Howard outside, and the bases are loaded.
Center fielder Ethan Hammond.
So 5-4 score, Guelph Royals on top after 4 straight runs in the 9th. And that pitch gets away. The runner on Villalona as Casey Howard hobbling. He is in much distress on the mound. Cannot run. Hobbling back to the mound after he came down. So Casey Howard definitely in pain as he walks back to the mound. Bases loaded, though, for the Guelph Royals, top of the 9th inning. Down the middle, umpire agrees, strike 1. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Royals are pressing here with the bases loaded. Hammond takes the ball, 2-1. Now the 2-1 delivery with 2 outs. The pitch downstairs, 3-1. Howard trying to work out of a jam. Injury on his foot for sure. We'll try to get a diagnosis on that after the game. But much pain on his right foot. Now the 3-1, 2 away. Strike. And it makes it 3-2. And the batter, Ethan Hammond, had already thrown his bat like he was going to first base. And you could tell the strike zone once again under question by both ball clubs. Matt Schmidt was tossed out on a strike zone argument with Ben Mercier, the home plate umpire. And then 2 Jackfish got thrown out, including Brian Esri, the fielding manager. 3-2, 2 outs. Casey Howard, the offering. Strike 3. So the Jackfish need a run to keep the ball game alive. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Jackfish trail 5-4. Bottom of the ninth we go. The Jackfish trail 5-4 in a game that has seen 3 ejections. The Jackfish were up 4-1 heading into that ninth inning, but the Guelph Royals came back with 4 straight runs, and now they lead by 1. Evan Kisser continues to pitch for the Royals, where Casey Howard was able to get through that ninth inning after injuring himself. On a pitch, fell off the mound awkwardly. Marco takes a swing, and he's now behind in the count, 1-2. Marco this season's batting 1-14, only 4 for 35, has 3 RBIs. We're back to the top of the order after Greg Marco. Marco was hit by a pitch his last at bat. Now 1-2 opportunity. Here's Kitcher the pitch. Hits him again. And Greg Marco will walk on a hit by a pitch from Evan Kisser.
Second baseman, number 13, Brandon Nicholson.
So now Brandon Nicholson will have a no-out situation with Greg Marco on the first base. Swings the first pitch. Foul tip, strike number 1. Tying runs on the bases, that's Greg Marco. They check back at first. Marco's there in time. And the walk-off run is Brandon Nicholson. Now the 0-1. Nicholson, high fly ball. Villalona there to make the catch for out number 1.
First baseman, number 41, Kenny Hanfeld.
And now pinch runner coming for the Welland Jackfish. And it'll be Tyler Wood. Tyler Wood, a pitcher.
Pitch running at first base for the Jackfish, number 11, Tyler Wood.
So Wood replaces Greg Marco on the bases, and now with 1 out, Tyler Wood will be at first base, and this is Kenny Hanfeld in the batter's box. 1 out. Jackfish need a run. Low bottom of the strike zone for strike number 1. Now the 0-1, they check back at first base. Brian Esri was tossed from the ball game, so the third base coach is now the manager as well, and that's Ricky Pelletieri. Strike 2. Fastball that missed. Hanfeld thought it was outside of the plate. Strike 2. Swinging strike, strike 3. Now the throw at second, not in time. So the ball game will remain a 1-run game. The runner, Tyler Wood, is moved to second base.
Your right fielder, number 25, Caleb Furastaki.
So big opportunity for Caleb Furastaki. The tying run is on second base. That's Tyler Wood. 2-out situation, though. The pitch from Kisser down the middle, strike 1. Jackfish once again complaining he was high in the strike zone. Now the 0-1. And as he's about to throw the ball, literally the ball almost left his hand, umpire calls time. Some of the decisions made in today's ball game have just been questionable. 0-1 count, 2 away. Swinging strike. Now 0-2. The Royals are able to come all the way back here in the 9th inning. And now the 0-2 delivery with 2 outs. Big opportunity for the Royals as they can win the ball game with a strike. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. 1-2. That looked the exact same spot as that pitch you called a strike not that long ago. 1-2, 2 outs. Firostaki lets it go outside, 2-2. Painkiller on the board, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Firostaki trying to battle and poke in a run. Now the pitch. Outside, 3-2. 3 straight balls from Evan Kisser, and now it's a full count with 2 outs. Bottom of the ninth inning, 5-4 Royals. Now the offering downstairs gets away from the catcher. Doesn't even know where it is. And he'll hold him at third base. Take your walk, Caleb Firostaki. An awful pitch from Evan Kisser. And now the Jackfish have a runner on first and third. So now pinch hitter coming in is Eddie Chessel. He, of course, replaces Andrew Mercier. Mercier ejected from the ball game. And what an opportunity for Eddie Chessel. Little tactics here as Jeopardy plays in the background. As they have a mound visit as the whole infield comes in to talk to the pitcher, Evan Kisser.
Now batting for the Jackfish, number 30, Eddie Chessel.
So Eddie Chessel, 2-out situation, runners on first and third. Swings at the first pitch, just a little behind the pitch from Kisser, and he pushes it foul out of the park into the berm in right field. The count 0-1. Kisser ahead of Chessel here with a runner on first and third, 2 outs. Now here's the 0-1 delivery. Downstairs low. Runner moves over from first to second, and now the Jackfish have a run on second and third. Five-4 score, runner on second and third. Here's the 1-1. Swings at the second pitch, but he pushes it foul once again and falls behind 1-2. Chessel making contact, 1-2, 2 outs. Jackfish, a single up the right field, could win the ball game. Now the 1-2 delivery with 2 outs. Down the middle, strike 3. And it looked inside, but Ben Mercier will end the ball game on a strikeout. So the Jackfish fall 5-4, the final score.
Royals 5, your Welland Jackfish 4. And don't forget, next home game this upcoming Thursday night, July 11th, right here at Welland Stadium as we welcome the Brantford Red Sox. First pitch is set for 7:30 p.m. To purchase tickets and learn more about group rates, visit wellandjackfish.com. Please drive home safely, and we'll see you all this upcoming Thursday night.
5-4 the final score. A game that the Jackfish let slip away in the top of the 9th inning. Jackfish unable to cash in any runs in the bottom of the 9th. Royals score 4 in the 9th to complete the comeback. Final score 5-4. The final hit count is 12-6 in favor of the Guelph Royals. The Royals committed 2 errors while the Jackfish committed 3. Once again, it's a final 5-4. We thank you for listening and attending today's ball game. As the Jackfish, of course, will try to clean up all the technical difficulties on and off the field here with our broadcast. Our next broadcast set for Thursday, July 11th. Brantford is in town. The Jackfish looking for a bounce-back game after giving up a game they could have easily had here against the Guelph Royals. For everything Jackfish, be sure to visit wellandjackfish.com. For game recaps, game stories, player information, complete schedules to purchase tickets, everything Jackfish on wellandjackfish.com, and stay up to date by following on all of our social media platforms. Till next time, I'm Spencer Tangway reminding you, go Jackfish!